My face and my hair is doing weird things. I think I'm about to prove that hair is not real. Is my hair looked like super thin last night in the middle of the night, like right here. It looked like super thin. Like I went to the bathroom and my hair looked like really thin, like right there, out of nowhere. Because when I moved in, my hair was pretty filled in. And when I started posting videos, my hair was pretty filled in and like normal. And now it's just like, I mean, it looks okay right now, but like last night, it looked like kind of crazy. Like I was like prematurely aging. And my face is just all over the place. Like sometimes I look like I'm 15, sometimes I look like I'm 60. Like my face can't decide how old I am, and I guess my hair can't either. My grandmom had like a little bald spot when she was like 80, so my hair can't decide either. Um, I want to say the film that we saw last night definitely prematurely aged us because if we get old, the game gets old and it dies. And so I think that's like the fighting back. If I wake up and I have like 20,000 views one day on like one of my videos, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Anyway, I'm like 11 views. Oh my God. Like what a weirdo I am. So weird. Okay, guys, but um before if I got like 2,000 views and I was just like posting like every other influencer on the planet that's an idiot and I'd get like 2,000 views, I'd be like, "Yay. I'm an idiot influencer that got 2,000 views that literally didn't say anything new under the sun." um, yeah, so if this game prematurely ages me, this game will die. And if the game prematurely ages Colin, the game will die. I'm just gonna stop at Alyssa and Colin, okay? Um, you guys know who like you're not supposed to fuck with already. So why do I have to bother myself and go through the whole court when you know exactly who? Um yeah, so the video that we saw last night um was pretty gruesome. I don't know if 8 billion people saw it or I don't know. I used to just think like me and Rai Rai saw it, or like me, Rai Rai, Alex, a few other people. Like that's pretty much who I thought was like privy um to like our inside jokes and our telepathic like goings on and everything like that in our movies and stuff. And then like it opened up and like I think Brandon was like, they see you with me in your apartment, or they saw you with Jason Momoa in your apartment talking about like my old coworkers. And I was like, what? They're remote viewing me? And I was just like, wow, like, okay, so you're remote viewing me. It doesn't make me too paranoid because I'm supposed to control the eyes and the ears. But obviously, like, if you're looking inside of my castle and you're not in my court, for what reason are you looking in my castle if you're not part of my court? And now I'm just like, is it 8 billion people? I mean, when I saw like my quote unquote mother, my mother figure, whatever, whoever she was, she showed me like who was listening to my videos on YouTube, and it was like 8 billion people from the entire planet. So it's like 8 billion people are listening to me do my thing. Um, yeah, so basically, like, we just don't know, like, who's spying on us, who has the rights to, like, listen in, who's listening in for their own benefit, who's listening in to kind of like manipulate their way in the game for like something better. Even though that's not possible really. But so many court cases for us with this telepathy being open to possibly 8 billion people. Okay, so yeah. Um I just like you can't like you're remote viewing me to the point where you can't tell if I'm with Jason Momoa or if I'm not with Jason Momoa in my apartment. That's insanity. Why are you remote viewing me anyway? Why are you talking shit about occultism and aliens and technology if you're remote viewing me in my apartment? That's illegal. Okay, that's illegal. Okay. Um, if you don't think you have clearance to remote view me, you probably don't. So you probably want to remove your clearance from remote viewing me before I keep going in my own video game. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not hinting at it. I'm saying it out loud. Why are you remote viewing me in my apartment and seeing me with Jason Momoa? Do I even know you? you know? So whether you have clearance or not. It's not that hard to understand. Okay, I mean, how did Link find me? How did Link find me? I'll tell you how Link found me. 2 years before I ever met Alex and Ryan, they used to have a show together, which they have like hardly any evidence of on the Unite the Collective channel. He took a lot of those videos down because that's when we were going crazy. And so can you imagine? Okay, so we were yeah, I know, right? He's like so even tempered, and it's like so easy to see like how you can really trust somebody with your stuff. Um oh, I woke up this morning and there was like a gas leak or something in my house. My parents had to like call tech out. So that happened this morning. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever seen the national debt, but that's how much money you owe me. So what bill for humanity are you talking about? The national debt? That's how much money humanity owes me, the queen. Okay, so I just want to remind you how stupid you are yet again, okay? That's how much money you owe the queen. That's not my bill. That's how much money humanity owes me. I know you guys are like so hard to like talk to because the stupidity is like it's like Alex's stupidity is like down here and like you're like way way down here. Like you can't even see how low your stupidity is because it's like not on the screen. Like Alex at least is like on the screen. You know what I mean? Like you could do a little bit better, right? Like Link's like all the way up here with his stupidity. Like this is like all the way up there where you can't see it. Like that's smart. Like that's where Gigi is. She's like all the way up there. Like you can't see her. You can. She's like so smart. And then like Ryan's like about here, and then like Alex is like about here. Like he just barely made it on the screen. Congratulations, Alex. And then you are like all the way down here. Okay, so all right. Um it's warm in here all of a sudden. It's like super warm. I just made my reptilian shapeshifter dad overheat by laughing. It just got unbearably warm in here all of a sudden. Oops. I'm trying to hold it together while Brandon laughs himself to death right now. Okay. I'm all alone. There's nobody in the room. What are you talking about? I don't know. Am I talking over the screen? I don't know. If you want me to send you the bill because you're in charge, I will. That's how much we owe her. That's how much we owe her. Okay. What was I gonna say? I'm romanticizing about Cliff Steele right now. Crazies. Crazies. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I'm just thinking about how smart Gigi is right now. Um okay, so my teeth are like blue or something. Kira Knightley, at your service. Sorry, guys. I found a new game. I know that's not what I okay, it was anyway, I found a new game and yeah, I was saying like how like even keeled um everything is and like how like, there's like no surprises. There's no surprises and like everything is like so chill and like um like yeah, like humanity, like yeah, never heard of it. Clearly a robot from space. Like half of them came back and they were like, "What? I'm a robot now? What happened?" And a lot of them were my sisters who still found it funny. I'm calling Liz. Right? Okay, so your side hustles taught you to be Palladian. Okay, isn't that what everyone talks about as Palladians, right? And everybody's like, phony baloney, shape shifting reptilians. Don't fall for it. you're a Pleiadian, your higher self's Pleiadian, talk to the Pleiadians, everything's Pleiadian. Everything's Pleiadian on Earth. The sky is Pleiadian, the way of life is Pleiadian, the American dream is Pleiadian, everything is Pleiadian, right? Like, um, white hair, white skin with blonde hair and blue eyes. It's Palladian. It's what everybody looks up to. Palladians, like there's nothing better on earth than white skin with blonde hair and blue eyes, right? Like according to like literally everyone and everything because of racism and stuff like that. I obviously don't agree with that statement, but it's like a worldwide fact, right? Like doesn't everybody like okay, for example, if I went to Japan today as like as me, as blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white-skinned lady, all of the Japanese would be like staring at me the whole time, right? Like that, okay? They like love like Nordic looking people. Um so that's Palladian, right? Or like that's like the stereotypical what people think are Palladians, like the Margot Robbies of the world or whatever. Whereas I'm like, every Palladian I meet is like brown haired and brown eyed. I don't really know if like that's a fact that like Palladians are blonde haired and blue eyed because I don't really meet like a lot of, like look at Gavin Newsom. He's a reptilian. He's a reptilian shapeshifter. So I think a lot of like the brunettes were led astray. Well, I know that they were actually because what I was hearing this morning, and probably because a lot of like blonde haired, blue eyed women have like brunette babies, right? Isn't that kind of normal? And then they want like the child to look up to them. So they're like, look at this reptile. I mean, look at this Palladian, like you can look up to mommy. It's safe. Like, you know what I mean? Sort of like a tiny bit manipulative, but like, I mean, all you guys like say you don't believe in aliens and like you're talking to your kids about Palladians. So you obviously believe in aliens if you're talking to your kids about Palladians. I hear it on the loudspeaker all the time, and I'm like, oh my god, all these normies. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, that's why I'm probably going to introduce a million new species because I can't stand you guys. And Palladian is just one species, and I already told you my Palladian. He's brown hair and brown eyed. My perfect Palladian is Colin, and he is brown haired and brown eyed. And I am also a Palladian, and I'm blonde hair and blue eyed, and that's where the narrative comes from. And then the picture is of me and Tom. It's just ridiculous. It gets so ridiculous after a while. It's like, how much more do you want me to talk about this? Like, you got evidence everywhere, looking at you every day. There's a Palladian. Gigi shows it all the time. There's a Palladian couple on their ship, and it looks like me and Tom. I think she's got lips like a little bit bigger than mine. She's got like lips that go like this. I got lip injections in that timeline, okay? I'm married to a Hollywood producer named Tom Hardy. I can get lip injections, so I got lip injections. That's the only difference. Okay, so the thing is about like Tom Hardy and like Cuba and whatever, like they're very similar types of people. They don't give a shit. They let their wife do whatever she wants to make her happy. Okay, so he doesn't care. He's like, she's happy. They look cute. I like the lip injections. It's not a big deal. Okay, that's the type of man that they are. All right. Who am I explaining that to? You know what I mean? I'm obviously not explaining it to myself because I would obviously already know that. So I saw scenes from me and Colin's wedding, original timeline, original wedding. It does look like we got married in New Jersey, but that just might be. I feel like I'm getting my ear pierced right now. Like I feel, when it hurts when you're getting your ear pierced, I feel like my ear is getting pierced like right here. Am I getting my ear pierced right now? Are you guys trying to pierce my ear through the veil? That would be so cool, wouldn't it? If I just like woke up and I had like a big old like diamond in my ear or something. Because it feels like that right now. It definitely feels where like I just got my ear pierced. Okay, so yeah, so you guys pushed out the reptilian narrative on Earth, and it's because I think you want to blame me again for being Palladians that are freezing themselves to death, because you always want to blame me, right? I mean, I'm God and it's my video game, but and I literally give you ideas of how to go in the right direction every day and how to get out of your stupid holes that you dug yourself in with your stupid low IQs, but keep blaming me. I get sick of it after a while, guys. So, who are you supposed to blame? Yourself. Blame yourself, okay? Because you are the stupid asshole in your life. Blame yourself. Um, yes, I'm a reptilian, and I had the same exact narrative my entire life as well as the people who are suffering from Palladian burnout, Palladian freeze out. I had the same narrative. I didn't fall for it. So sorry, you have a really low IQ, okay? Um, People tried to convince me that I was a Palladian all my life, and I'm like, no, I'm a reptilian. Okay, I'm a reptilian, because then you can, um, yeah, and then you can like, if you say you're a reptilian shapeshifter, you're basically both. And I say I'm sparkly scalar waves because they made up a new word for it, and that just means both, right? So again, not hard to understand. Reptilian shapeshifter, like Colin is Palladian and he's shapeshifter. And I always say I'm the shapeshifter, I'm the woman shapeshifter. Don't I always say that? So that would mean Palladian. Um, Reptilians, it's like they look like a reptilian, a reptile. And then there's like an overlay of like skin, of like human skin. That's like a reptilian shapeshifter. Okay, that's the difference. And so anyway, you guys kept saying like you're Palladian, Palladian. The people kept getting colder and colder. They thought they would turn into reptilians, and um, like you're like, no, I want to be mammalian by calling yourself Palladian. But then there's the Palladian technology of like it's a cooling sensation. A Palladian is a cooling sensation. It's a blue sky. It's color coded, so it's a cooling sensation. And you keep saying that, it freezes you out, and you're like, well, I'll just go back to being cold blooded reptilian. But you can't go back to being a cold blooded reptilian because you don't say you're a cold blooded reptilian. So you started to become a synthetic robot. I saw me and Mini Me get pushed out of the game. So I guess we were sort of probably here, which is the Pleiades, since we're talking about the Pleiades. We were probably here. I think we were here, like in the middle where the Pleiades were. And then I saw this wall. I saw this wall go away, and I went this way with my mini me, and I had brown hair. And it's totally possible I can have brown hair. It's like I must only have blonde hair, like I love how fucking stupid humans are. Like it's a shapeshifter. It's not really that hard to understand. So I saw us get pushed out, far left, backwards. So that must be like back here. Oh, yeah. So past the Pleiades, past Fantasia, past the beginning of Earth, whatever. I don't even know what this is. Maybe Ryan knows what it is, but past this whole wall blasted off, and me and mini me. So I had a little girl, and I dyed my hair brown tons of times. Okay, guys. Um, Went this way, and so I want to say synthetic hoe is this way somewhere. It's like it must be synthetic hoe because that's what you guys are becoming, synthetic humans, aka robots. And obviously, I heard what happened to someone last time when she woke up from it. She's like, "Oh, I'm just a robot now. What happened? I'm going to call a list, okay?" Um, so it was me and Cassie, which is it was basically me and my daughter Cassette. Her name's Cassette, and I had her with Colin, okay? And Colin and I are both shapeshifters, so we probably shapeshift back and forth to the same person. And it was me and our baby, okay? Um, Colin ran to the front desk. You have to help us. It was the beginning of our wedding. People started acting crazy. Colin went to go get help. And it was sort of like that movie Mother, exclamation point, with Jennifer Lawrence. Sort of like that, but like our wedding. Um, they're able to drop everything and follow me. I heard a man say, he said, "I didn't know I can drop everything and follow her." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense since like I'm God and I'm the savior. Like I don't know how that's going to happen or whatever. Like I have like a sanctuary or like I don't know, like the men show up and I don't really know. The men show up and we build a sanctuary, something like that. I'm not really sure, but or if it happens magically, I have like a magical kingdom or something. Not really sure how that would all happen or how that would work, but they basically did say like that it's going to be available for you to be able to drop everything to follow me, to leave Synthetico and to become more of an organic being. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're sorry you turned down my dad's reptilian narrative. Yeah, well, they tried to. I think said this story like a million times. I feel like I still told this story like a million times. They tried to like talk me out of being a reptilian. Clearly, I had the same freaking narrative that everyone else did. I just was smart. That was the only difference. Like you're dumb and I'm smart. And everybody's like Palladian, 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 and I'm like, no, I'm reptilian. And they like talked me out of it like one time, and like I basically went after this reptilian shapeshifter in a dream, um, because she was a woman, and then she shapeshifted into a reptilian, and I was like, oh my god, it's a reptilian, and like I attacked her in a dream, and then I was like, never again, never again. I was like, why am I attacking reptilians? Because my dad is a fucking reptilian, and that means both of them are. But right now they're separate right now. Like we're sort of like we're getting codes from when they were separate, basically. We're getting codes from when Colin and Brandon are separate. But and Brandon would be the reptilian and Colin would be the Palladian. And they both basically have black hair and brown eyes. Brandon's eyes are a bit green. But anyway, I want to look up Brandon's eyes. Yeah, they look green. Only when you're like close up, when you're like far away, they look brown. Yeah. My life sucks. He's just saying from one of his pictures, I'm sorry, my sweetie. I'm like, yeah, my life sucks. What do you know? Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so the only Palladian really from like the original group, me, I don't even call myself Palladian. Okay, so anyway, what else happened? Let me think. Anything else? Oh yeah, I saw like you guys like practicing at dinner. Like you got to dinner and like you practiced like telling me off. And it's like you really just like want your time in the sun with me where like you can like talk about like 3D like modern problems with the savior and like pretend like she's a mundane person like one more time. You can just like pretend she's like a mundane human person just like one more time. Like, can I like take out my mundane like human problems on her like one more time and like forget that like she's the savior and that people are gonna start like flocking to her like any day now, like leave everything and follow her. I would really just like to like yell at her for like my bad haircut one more time. And I just don't think it's fair that like she's gonna leave us mundanes to be mundane and I'm never gonna see my time in the sun with her. I mean, you're dealing with alien technology, so I don't really know. But anyway, so yeah, like that's basically what happened if you guys became a robot. Oh, did I talk about that? How like I'm I'm updating it, the Synthetico realm. I don't think I talked about that. Me and Scarlett started updating it. And can you imagine like yelling at someone that like is God and you're like, if you want to make me synthetic, just make me synthetic instead of just being like, hey God, like, are you okay? Like, aren't you working for a living and like you're literally a God? It's like weird, right? Like, I don't know why you want to yell at me for making you synthetic when I'm like clearly at a job. Like, maybe you should be like, maybe God shouldn't have a job, like, and like say it out loud at your job to like get the point across. So like the whole world knows, maybe. um, like more complaints. Like, hey, well, like I'm sitting in like my parents' childhood bedroom, and so if you want to say I'm God, that'd be greatly appreciated, and not like complain to me about like whatever bullshit you want to put in front of me about your stupid mundane 3D world. And just make your stupid mundane 3D world worse because you're clearly a robot now and I'm trying to help you. So anyway, I updated the synthetic because we discovered that I'm in all matter, including the house, the wall, and the table, and yeah, that my consciousness is everywhere, and that would include the skin or the human meat suit as well as the demon or the goo within. And so that is helping us to update Synthetico because they lose their demon, they lose their organic demon, and they wake up feeling like a robot. And that's from freezing themselves out of the Pleiades over a 44-year time span, maybe, perhaps, and not recognizing their reptilian ness at all, which is the heating mechanism. Like, you guys didn't have the same, like, you want to blame me now, like, oh, well, you tell us now, Alyssa, like you didn't have the same freaking guides telling you the whole time. I literally heard it this morning, like, don't do this to her, she's a reptilian, don't do this to her, she's a reptilian. And yeah, and it's like, so who didn't get clear directions? So we're updating the synthetic suits because it's all Alyssa consciousness, including the skin. And then I saw this huge gash on the inside of my foot, and then I watched Ghost in the Shell, and she has like a laceration on her arm or something, and it looked exactly like the laceration on my foot. And I was like, cool. It's like this, like the same laceration in her synthetic suit I'm seeing in mine, which means I'm blending my organic technology with her synthetic suit so I can help her feel more organic when she's synthetic. And then we'll be able to do the cool things where like we become invisible and like blend into the wall. Maybe that's why I kept thinking the invisibles, the invisibles, the invisibles, the invisibles. Kept thinking the invisibles. But anyway, so we can like blend into our surroundings like Ghost in the Shell does. So that's like the update of like that suit coming soon to a theater near you. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Well, if only someone had told me I was a reptilian or showed me Alyssa and Brandon in sparkly scalar waves, maybe I wouldn't be here right now.